Coffee, the things adults fall for, the things kids often steal from their parents, and the things that make Starbucks famous as it is today. We will be diving into the wonderful world of coffee. Dad, today's coffee tastes like dirt.
No.
Oh yeah, right. It was just ground this morning.
Coffee is loved by many people. Every day the world consumes 300 tons of caffeine. This is enough for 1 cup of coffee for every man, woman, and child. Coffee is what keeps us awake in the mornings, and the pleasant taste of coffee helps us to relax our emotions.
The benefit of coffee that is can help us to refresh our mind and keep our, awake.
It can make you awake. If you need to work long time and you feel sleepy, and you can take some coffee.
In general, drinking coffee is good for us. Coffee is made from the seed of coffee plant, also known as the coffee bean. The coffee bean evolved to contain caffeine to kill insects who try to eat it, so it's basically a pesticide. However, humans are a bit bigger than insects, so a few cups of coffee per day won't hurt us.
Coffee or caffeine can help us, to help our mind keep running, especially in a very busy days when our energy wasting feel tired. It can help us to keep awake.
Besides the fact that coffee tastes good, it also had concrete health benefits on the human body. One review of 11 observational studies found that it can lower the risk of Alzheimer's disease. One review of 30 studies found that each cup of coffee people consume was linked to a 6% lower chance of developing type 2 diabetes.
And besides, some evidence show that it may help you to lose weight if you drink black coffee.
One study showed that drinking coffee was linked to a lower risk of death by suicide, and another study found that drinking at least 4 cups of coffee each day was associated with a significantly lower risk of depression compared with drinking just 1 cup of coffee per day. Just make sure you don't drink coffee before going to sleep, as it helps you to stay awake, which you probably don't want when going to sleep.
Would you recommend students our age to drink coffee?
For students, no, especially for primary and middle school students. There is already solid evidence to show that caffeine is not good for your nervous system development. High school students, they can drink some.
There are many researchers that come to the conclusion that caffeine intake is correlated with adverse effects in children. One research states caffeine doses less than 3 mg per kilogram of body weight would have no results in adverse effects in children. However, higher doses have resulted in some behavior effects, such as increased nervousness or anxiety and sleep disturbance. It is unclear whether caffeine has serious adverse effects on children, but concern regarding its effects on the developing nervous system had led to recommendations in Canada that daily caffeine intake by children should be limited to 2.5 mg per kilogram of body weight. Caffeine intake is also correlated to ADHD in children. Articles online suggest that coffee is best suited for children after puberty, so that it will not affect growth.
I am very sensitive to caffeine. That means if I drink a coffee, even a small amount of coffee on the morning, and I cannot go to sleep at night. So it really affects me and affect my emotion. If I cannot go to sleep, and I will feel bad.
Even though these researches done are all correlations, it is still a good idea to avoid coffee. There are no downsides of not drinking coffee at a young age, so it won't be a great idea to risk cognitive health for a few cups of coffee. Instead of drinking coffee, you can drink tea, which also contains caffeine, providing the benefits of caffeine but a much lower amount of caffeine, drastically decreasing the risk of the adverse effects.